Remember, my profane friends, we're in a war against Freemasonry. Remember. Oh yes. Don't forget the Dom Wiz, wisdom, with the shush. If you've never seen this film, Occult Forces, go watch it. Search it up, it's on YouTube. Very informative. Notice the 3 dots. I've shown you the 3 dots in other videos and what that denotes. But it's a very good video. Anyway, I'm going to start off right back from where I left off, and this is part 3. Okay, so if we remember, we were get that mask off. My God. Yeah, I didn't want. See, I wear that so my gang stalkers don't know who I am or can recognise who I am. Do you know what I mean? Remember, I am hidden. Anyway, starting off, remember we were going on about Job's daughters, Masonic Job's daughters, drilling, you know, when they drill and they learn. See, and you see it here, look, this is Hitler Youth, right, and what he did with the children. All right, look, you got the young boys drilling, you got the young girls drilling. Okay, look, all doing the same thing, and you know, like being as one, yeah, all being together. Look, and I'm going to show you the Job's daughters, and yeah, look, see, in the amphitheater or whatever, or in the bloody gym in the hall. See, okay, there they are on the football pitch or whatever, you know, doing their circles and whatever they've been drilling, and here they are doing the swastika. Okay, right, so right from that we now jump into, I'm just going to jump about a bit. First of all, I just want you to see how teenage sexuality among the Hitler Youth spiraled out of control. Yeah, all right, and here they are, obviously. Oh, here we go with this bloody mouse again. Whee! Right, see, 2 organisations control and manipulate German teenagers. For boys, they had the Hitler Youth, and for girls, they created the League of German Girls. Okay, so you've got to think of the little demole, for, you know, for the boys. There's younger ones than that. I forget who they are. I'll get into that. It's in my other videos anyway. But Rainbow for girls, and I forgot the other one, Eastern Star for girls. Yeah, and then when they get to adulthood, that's when they become proper Freemasons, you see. But they're indoctrinated from a very young age. Yeah, and like I said, by the time they get to 18, yeah, 18, 21, you're profane. That's all they look at you as, a profane person, and you're outside that temple. I learned something today, I'll show you. Did you know that there's actually Masonic temples, right, and there's actually Masonic lodges? There's 2 different types. I didn't know that. I only learnt that last night as I was researching just a little bit more into something. So their lodges are actually, obviously you've got the, you know, all the ones I show you already, but you've actually got Masonic lodges and temples. Do you know what I mean? But I'll show you that in a minute. I've got it down anyway. I've sorted that out. But here we go. Look, the Nazis established 2 organised. Yeah, this is the youth, right? And they called the League of German Mattresses. Now, I've heard things about these women, you know, I can't say what goes on and that, but obviously they're there, you know, the women are there for the men, but who knows. That's another conspiracy theory, and that's why they always have hotels, okay, and where they meet together, boom boom, you know, and keep it in the family, if you know what I mean. You know, so they like always have, I'll show you the hotels. You wouldn't believe the amount of hotels they own and have Masonic lodges in there. But they have hotels so the, I suppose, the females can go with the males, or the males can go with the females. Do you know what I mean? That's what they say. And like, there's vested virgins and all this sort of stuff, but that's another story. Anyway, all German teenagers aged between 10 and 18 years had to join the Hitler Youth. At its peak, the Nazi Youth movement had 8.7 million members. Okay, so anyway, this, I mean, you can read this for yourself. Yeah, it's there. Look, the addresses at the top here. Thinking, I don't want to go through all of it, but the point of the matter is, yeah, what the Freemasons are doing is exactly what Hitler did. Yeah, and there's no difference to it. Yeah, and history will repeat itself if we don't pull the screw out of their compasses. Hitler had status of a rock star amongst the teenagers, right? So if you go to a Masonic lodge, you'll see all the boys, the youngsters, are looking up to the old men. Do you know what I mean? And the older men are actually influencing the younger people and how to think. Do you know what I mean? I know, because they tried, well, this is another story, I don't want to get into that at the moment. A lot of boys from Hitler Youth would later serve in the German army, yeah, boom boom. They're completely brainwashed by the Nazi ideology and fearless. One such example was Alfred Seck. I'm not going to get into him neither, you can look him up anyway. But look, this is, here they are, look, see him drilling, look, beside the girls and the boys, look, you see. See, the girls from the League of German Girls were taught to take care of their bodies to prepare for motherhood. So if you see all these girls that are exercising, what I'm going to show you in a minute, which are Freemason girls, yeah, you know what I mean? So what do you think they're doing, these Freemasons? Why did they you know, keep during the Nuremberg rally 1930, over 900 teenage girls got pregnant? But why do you think that, you know, they keep raising up their own people and they will everything to each other? Do you see what I mean? And it goes on and on and on, but I ain't going to go into this now. You don't need to read all this, you know what I mean? Look, after a baby was born, a teenage mother handed it to the SS. She returned after 1 year to provide another child for the Nazi Germany. Do you know what I mean? This is what Freemasonry does. They just don't advertise it. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. And this is what it's all about, you know. But I ain't going to go through that. You can go, yeah, obviously you can go through that yourself. But look at this. Watch this. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh yeah, the evolution of blind acceptance. This will be you if you carry on just accepting that Freemasonry just ain't there and doesn't exist, because it does exist. It's an army. It's encamped in your town, your city, your village. Yeah, and I'm going to show you. They've got Masonic lodges everywhere, and I mean everywhere, yeah, including the town halls. But they got nothing to do with anything of what's it? Oh yeah, this dude here, look, Tom Stayer. What is your symbol? And he draws on his hands. Well, that's a Masonic cross. The foot, I forgot what the bloody hell it's called now. Oh, but look it up anyway. But that's, you know, if you go in my forum, I'll show you, you know, where they're giving Masonic tokens out, where they're doing the Masonic hand signs. Do you know what I mean? It's all in my forum, that is, yeah. But look, that's a message. Oh yeah, there it is. Look, see, it's a Masonic. What is it? Jerusalem cross. See, and he's writing that on his hand. That's a message to any other Freemason. Do you see what I mean? They're all messages. You know what I mean? You got to watch them. That's what it's all about. It's all about heraldry. You know. You know what I mean? Crazy stuff. Here it is on the gun. Look, boom. You know what I mean? Obviously, that looks like the knights again. Let's see the knights, like the helmet shape. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it's about. Anyway, I just thought that'd be a bit of an interest there. God knows why. Right now, I'd say again, right? Masonic wars. They're Masonic wars, right? And they are Masonic wars, right? Now, this is a memorial, okay, in the Netherlands, right? Now, look. We all know what this is. I ain't going to go on. It's a point, right, within a circle. Okay, a point within a circle, right, which is all, you know, which is the compass basically, boom boom, and that's a whatever, blah blah blah. I'm not going to get into that. We all know what that is. That's everywhere, you know. But this is why they erect these, yeah, in memorials, because they're Masonic wars. There's no difference. Here's another one. Look, a point within a circle. Okay, Masonic. That's why, you know, every war is a Masonic war. See, so what they're doing now, that Masonic war, what they're doing is honouring the dead, what died in the Masonic war. See, point within a circle. Do you know what I mean? Not a lot of people know that, but you know now, don't you? See, Masonic wars. Now, when I said about the hand sign, there was you know, the gap where there's the plinth. Look, that's why this is here. Look, that's the did I call it the plinth? What did I? The platform? Did I all call it something? Didn't I? But that's why when they do the hand sign, yeah, with the triangle, and there's always a little gap underneath. That's what that denotes. Do you know what I mean? The pyramid, you see. But again, look, this is a pyramid again, honouring the Freemasons that died in the war. Do you see what I mean? That's what that honours. And here it is again. Look, the pyramid. Memorial pyramid again, which honours the dead the Freemasons that fighted within the war. See, because it was a Masonic war, you see. Hitler betrayed them. Do you know what I mean? That's where it all come from. And the Knight of the Knives, he killed all the Freemasons. And that's why he always killed them, because he knows they're the most dominant force in any town or city. They're the ones that run it. So that's why that's why he killed them first. Do you know what I mean? That's why all the UK Freemasons went underground, you see, and hid. Do you know what I mean? Because they would have been the first ones up against the wall, bang, and that would have been it. That's what the Freemasons are going to do to the profane. They're going to be the first ones they line up, and they're going to shoot. They're the army. They got everything. Trust me. And if you don't believe that, you'll be going, cool, he was right. You know what I mean? Because that's what's happening. Look, so they're Masonic wars, and that's why they put these you know, that's why they honour it with pyramids and obelisks, or whatever you want to call them. Do you know what I mean? Because they're Masonic wars. Also, in my other video, I did a little bit of research, and this is where I come across the other one. That principal sojourner, right, is actually a journeyman, a Freemason who's a journeyman. Okay. And again, if you come here, Westland, lancsfreemasonry.org, members, Royal Arch, virtual chapter room, yeah, that'll give you what, you know, that'll tell you what the journey is. But like I said, there's so many of these people, they need other ranks. That's principal sojourner, right? Then you've got first assistant sojourner, second assistant sojourner, and it goes on and on and on and on, yeah? Do you know what I mean? But first principal, second principal, do you see what I mean? There's so many people in this army. I mean, it's like, you know, you've got a sergeant, a second sergeant, a third sergeant, and a fourth sergeant. Do you know what I mean? Because they got so many men, you know what I mean? They have to make all these ranks up to actually, you know, give someone something when they join. Do you know what I mean? You know, or no one's going to have anything, are they? Do you see what I mean? That's why there's a worshipful master, super worshipful master, worshipful master, worshipful super master God. You know what I mean? And all that sort of crap. But yeah, so you can read that up on here. But the most important thing here, like I said, it's all about heraldry. Yeah, look at the heraldry here, okay, and the banners. Yeah, this is still going on. Lords, dukes, and earls. Yeah, you know, a bit like Game of Thrones. Do you know what I mean? If you've seen Game of Thrones, this is what it's about. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like Game of Thrones. You see, you got the bull, the oxen, blah blah, and you know you can read about the banners here. You know, the banner of the ox, and I'm going to show you them. Yeah, banner of the Tor, the triple Tor cross. But like I said, the lion. You know what I mean? You can read up on all of this, but this is what it's about. You know what I mean? When there's a war break out, it's a war between Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones who are inciting the wars, and you're fighting for them. All the profane are fighting for them. Now again, this is etiquette, yeah, do's and don'ts in a Masonic lodge. Yeah, this bloody mouse goes thingy. Again, you can read it. I just want to skip over this. There's a lot of stuff in here, but like, you know, rules of any brother out of order on any subject at any time. So the worshipful master has the authority to overrule people, yeah, and when he bangs that gravel, that's it. Everyone shut the bloody hell up. Do you know what I mean? So you need to come up, you know, just come and read the etiquette here. Just put in Masonic Lodge etiquette, yeah, and that'll come up, and then you read this, yeah, and that'll tell you what, you know, how much power the you know, obviously if he's like a gang stalking narcissist, do you know what I mean, he can command the whole army below him, you know what I mean, or that group, or what you call it, platoon, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean, but he governs them, and they do anything inside or outside the lodge, okay. And then you're sitting in the east, you know, it gives you all that, you know, always, you know, look, they have to be fully dressed. I'm going to go on about the aprons in a minute, yeah, because the aprons, the way they dress code the aprons, this is again how you would spot a profane. So a profane person would just walk in with the apron like just flapping in the wind, but you actually have to fold it or tuck it in a particular manner. You see what I mean? And these are all the little niches you have to do in the lodge, and if you don't, they'll spot you like that. Obviously it's face recognition anyway. So anyway, let's go on. Look, stand and when to speak, you know what I mean, you can't do nothing, you know, he's the boss, do you know what I mean, there's no talking, you know what I mean, it's just, look, here it is, look, worshipful master, right worshipful master, worshipfuls, wardens and brethren. That's how they have to address the brethren. You should say worshipful master, right worshipfuls, worshipfuls, wardens and brethren. Yes, they do this is all their ritual, do you know what I mean? And you should say, worship master, most worshipful, right worshipful, worshipfuls, wardens and brethrens. Do you know what I mean? See what I mean? This is all how they like bow down to each other. And you know, and what it is when you're young, yeah, you want to be called a worshipful master. You want to be called, you know, this, that and the other. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. They bestow, and I'll show you in a minute, you know, and everyone's trying to get that. Everyone's trying to get hold of that gravel. Do you know what I mean? Because that's it. You obey, they obey the gravel. Do you know what I mean? You know, and if you don't, I think it's in here, I don't know if it is, last like final one, he refused to put any motion. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously in here on this, I'm not going to go any more into it. Yeah, here it is. Look, salute. Yeah, see, armies salute. Yeah. Some lodges, not all, offer salutes to the master. Each of the brethren will salute the master when they enter and when they leave their Masonic lodge. Do you know what I mean? So they're saluting each other, okay? And the only people who salute each other are army or gang members, yeah? And they salute themselves, you know, with their gang signs or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Again, in this writing here, on somewhere along here, I can't find it. But it say, you know, where, you know, it can be he can be taken to work, you know, he can be taken to an internal court, you know, and things like that, you know what I mean? But that's basically that. I want you to, you know, go and read that yourselves, have a quick butch around it, and that'll give you their etiquette, how you know, how is it orderly or whatever it's called. Again, look, here's the old dude, look, with the young dude, you know what I mean, teaching him, you know what I mean, and he's got to respect him and he looks up to him. Do you know what I mean? There's no two questions about it, and he would do as he's told, and he'll lose his back teeth to him because of the respect. Do you know what I mean? And it's indoctrinated from a very young age. But that's just put in Masonic lodge etiquette, yeah, and that'll come straight up, and then you'll get the idea of just how regimental that is. You know what I mean? Here we go. Informing the community about Freemasonry. Freemasonry is something is true, it can stand being questioned. If it's not true, then it needs to be questioned, okay? You know what I mean? I'm going to leave that up. I'll put this on my thingy so people can get this. You know what I mean? So what is it all about? Freemasons do not want others looking into their organisation. Of course they don't, because it's corrupt as hell. They claim they are not secret society, but a society with secrets. If Freemasonry is so good, why the secrets? I don't know. It's a bit like Hitler's Youth, isn't it? You know what I mean? But again, you can go through, you know, and it's got the summary of the curse based on Deuteronomy 28, whatever that. Emotional, they got mental and emotional disorders, repeated and chronic sickness. You know what I mean? All of this, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but this is all what it's about. Do you know what I mean? Come and read it. You know what I mean? I just happened to come up on this. Do you know what I mean? I just thought it'd be an interest. I'll put that on my Facebook. So if you want to see it, it's on my Facebook page, and obviously I'll stick it in the forum as well. Now here we go. Look, Job's daughters. Okay, look at them drilling. Okay, same as the Hitler Youth. Here they are. Look, drilling. Okay, same thing. Look, all getting together. Do you know what I mean? All is Job's daughters there. Look, they're in. Look at between the. Oh, this bloody mouse that go up and down. Not savage. Here's. I've already shown you some of this in my other videos anyway. These girls, but here they are within the pyramid. Look, do you know what I mean? And it's all about, you know, getting themselves together and being, you know, as one. Do you know what I mean? Here's Utah Job's daughters. Look, see. Look at the kids. Yeah. Can you see the hats? Look at the hats. Already military, yeah. Look at the scarves. Does that not look like oh, what do they call it, the Royal Navy, what they have on their thingy? So do you see what I mean? They're already indoctrinating them. Do you see what I mean? See the sashes? Look, see the army hats? Look, the different regiments. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about, yeah. It's just an army, yeah, and it's how to train the kids. So you, the profane, that will always be with their jackboot on your neck, yeah. That's what it's about. Like I said, look it up yourself, search it, you'll get the age group and everything, yeah. Like I said, look, they've already got military hats on, they've already got a military uniform on both sides. Do you see what I mean? Alright, here we go again. Look, all togetherness, that's what it's about. All against you, the profane, yeah. This is what it's about. Here they are in a bit, look, big thingy, like, do you know what I mean? Look, here they are drilling, yeah, learning, all working together. Yeah, here they are in the hall, look, same as in German and what I've shown you. Here they are again, look, all down here, drilling, look. Is the drill the new gym? You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. This is all Freemasons, this is, look. All Freemasons. I've done this in other posts, yeah. Look at them drilling, look, Queen's Mary's, yeah. Boom, boom, the Royal Masonic School, look. Boom, do you know what I mean? Royal Masonic School, there they are, look. These are the people that they're brought up to respect. All these old people, yeah, are moulding the young people's minds, yeah, and they're moulding them to the way they want them to think and be. Do you see what I mean? Look, that's already, look at that. Do you know what? See that? Look, square and compass, square and compass, and that's the same as when they were just doing a swastika. What they did on that field, the German girls made it in the swastika. Well, they're just doing the same thing the German girls do. Are you seeing it? Are you awake? Yeah. Or are you going to go back to being profane? Do you know what I mean? Look, square and compass. That might as well just be a bloody swastika. Do you see what I mean? They're moulding the children in the same way. There's no different. Okay. Let me get it up here. Look. Bosh. Okay. No, I don't know about. Here we go. So there's that, and then you've got that. So you've got the square and compass, yeah. And there it is again, the same girls, same whatever, same indoctrination, Hitler Youth, Masonic Youth, whatever you want to call it. There it is, square, compass, okay. Are we getting it? Here it is again, look, that may as well be a swastika, you know, drilling in, but they're drilling in the hall. Do you see what I mean? And again, if you notice, look at the old people, look. All the young people, and it's the old ones drilling it into the youngsters on what to do. Do you see what I mean? Because they've been through it, they've done it themselves. Do you see what I mean? And they're all on the one mindset. You know what I mean? Hate the profane. Okay, here they are again. Look, drilling. Same. I don't know. Ex-pupils this day. 1931. Look, square compass, square compass, square compass. Yeah. Actually, I was doing that backwards. Square compass, right? Anyway, you get the idea, yeah. These are just Masonic Hitler Youth, look, yeah. It's just called Masonic, yeah. You know what I mean? Look, more Masonic girls, see. And this is the thing. This is what they do. They get your youth, they get your youngsters. They got their own schools, and they're getting them to go against you. Here they are in the drill hall again. Look, again, look. Again, square and compass, look, again, see what I mean? The same, and it goes over it. Now, if I've shown you 1931, I don't know when this picture was taken, but the thing is, like I said, it's the same system all the time. It doesn't change. You've got to pull the screw out of the compass, yeah? They're the ones that have the wars, no one else, they do. You know what I mean? Because they're always vying for power. I got this, I thought this, what, look, the Masonic School for Girls. Now, what is this? This here. Is it the gallows? I don't know. What is it? Is it gallows? I don't know. Don't know what that is, but it's Masonic anyway. It doesn't look very good. Look at the guys in the apron. Do you know what I mean? But it's a school for girls. Look again. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, that's how it goes on. Here they come. Look, marching there again. It's bloody mouse. I'm going to fix it. I will fix this. That goes savage on me. Look, here they are. Look, marching here. They call them parades, but look, here come an army. Now I've shown you that, you know, already. You know what I mean? It's an army. Look, it's just nothing but an army. Yeah. Okay. Here come the army marching. Look, just because they ain't got guns in their hands, they'd be the first. That's a first platoon or the first. I don't know what, you know, whatever you get to line you up and pull you out of your house. Do you know what I mean? Here they are again. Look, that's just the German swastika. This is, even though it says, even though it's the Royal Masonic School for Girls. Yeah. This is a swastika. This is not, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Do you see what I mean? It's the same as Hitler Youth, yeah? And they're on Zoom, look, and they're talking all the time to each other. Zoom, look, yeah? Zoom. What? You see what I mean? But yeah, so there you go. Do you know what I mean? Again, I don't know what they all got this same sort of sign in the background, if you notice. So again, you know, it's all indoctrinated. They're the ones getting on. You know, look at your own kids. If you're profane, are they actually socialising with that many people? Do you know what I mean? How many people? Look, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8, 2 8s are 16. 2 16s are 32 people near on. Do you know what I mean? That they're, you know, getting on with, and that ain't just all of them. Do you see what I mean? They're just the lodge members. Do you see what I mean? But they get on with everyone. Do you see what I mean? They are a family. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, that's like the Hitler Youth, you know, the SS. They were the best. And anyone without blue eyes or whatever and blonde hair was a tosspot. Do you know what I mean? They hated them. Do you know what I mean? And that's what the same thing. If you're outside the temple, yeah, or the Masonic lodge, you're the hated profane. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they, you know, that's what they're brought up to do. You know, and that's screw you over. Oh, I don't know what that is. Masonic Lodge Detroit, don't know, just sort of dolls. But again, look, Freemasons in the back, they run everything. Do you know what I mean? This is the town hall that, you know, they used to be the pirates. You know what I mean? Robbing people. But anyway, that's another story. Here they are. Look, all old. Look, this is the old, you know, but they bring up the youth. This is what they try and illusion you to, yeah, like, oh, we're all old and dust balls. But it's all about the youth, yeah, getting your youngsters and like, and empower them to have the same thoughts that you are profane, you know, and you're outside the lodge. Look, it's all one family. This guy here, if he was skint, each and every one of them would put in their pocket and give him £1,000 like that, and they wouldn't blink twice about it. You know what I mean? They got all the money. They willed it to each other, everything. Do you know what I mean? And this is what they're after. Look, see the young girls, look, and the old ladies. These young girls have got to look up to these old ladies. Yeah, look, she's new. Look, because she's got an the thingamajiggy, like the white dress. See, again, it's all dress codes. Do you know what I mean? Oh, aspire to get this, aspire to get that. Do you know what I mean? But she's got see the ones with the white gloves. They'll be higher up the ranking. See, the others ain't got the gloves. See, she ain't got the glove on. Look. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it's all about. See, and giving them praise, and you know. So, like I said, the women are just as prolific as the men. Okay. Now, look again. Look at the banners here. Yeah. I think I've got this picture up already, but see the banners in the background, look, boom boom. It's all to do with heraldry, yeah, and heraldom, yeah. That's what it's about, yeah. And when there's a Masonic war, that's what you're actually fighting. Do you know what I mean? You're not fighting, you know, where you're fighting Masonic wars, yeah. Look again in the background. See the banners, look. Do you see what I mean? The Masonic wars, that's what you're fighting. See all the badges, look. See where they've accomplished this, that, gang stalking or whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? They're just as bad as the men, believe it. And that's the illusion, you see. And they're just as big as army. You'll see that in a minute, as the men. Do you know what I mean? And this is a whole unit. You know, this is units. I don't know what you know what you call bloody big armies, but you know, units, whatever. But that's what you look up here. Rainbow, honour girls who served our country. Now that's an army. See who served their country? The rainbow honours girls, yeah, who served our country. Do you see what I mean? Because they're Masonic wars. Do you know what I mean? For Freemasons, it's Freemasons that have the wars. They're the most dominant force. Here they are again. Look, drilling just like the Germans. Do you know what I mean? Order of the Rainbow Girls. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Again. Drilling. Let's see if there's anything down below. No. Again, drilling. Do you know what I mean? See, it's all about keeping fit. They're doing the same thing as the Hitler Youth. Look at the banners under round the side there. You see that? All to heraldry. Do you know what I mean? Again, drilling or getting together, doing something now. I don't know what they're doing. I get too excited sometimes. But look at this. Look, Knights Templars on the march. Do you see what I mean? Look at that army. Look. Boom. Can you raise an army like that? If you're profane, can you raise? You can't even raise people to go down to bloody, you know, anywhere to do what they're doing. Look at them. They're organised. Do you see that? They're marching. Yeah. They're ranked. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what they're learning in their schools. Yeah. They're learning how to fight, how to think. You know, the profane. What do you learn? You learn to stand in a rabble outside. You know. Number 10 say, do you know what I mean? Just a rabble. But if they did it, they'd be a unit and they'd stand there like a proper army unit. Do you know what I mean? And they stand there, you know, and they'd fight and they'd defend themselves as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you profane haven't drilled, you haven't done anything. Do you know what I mean? These are drilling. These are a fighting army. Do you know what I mean? And they're already encamped everywhere in the world. Yeah, and I can't stress that enough. Do you know what I mean? Again, look, Masonic Knights Templars. Look, let's open a couple of these up just so you can get the, you know, just an idea of this. Do you know what I mean? But this is an army. Do you know what I mean? Look, Knights Templars, look, they're ready to go. There's their swords, look, I've already told you about their swords. Do you know what I mean? They drill, yeah, and they have rituals with their swords as well. See, here they are, look, is it updated ones, look, it's unreal. See, this is all new to me, you see what I mean? I've not, you know, obviously I don't know it, like I said, I don't know everything and everything, do you know what I mean? But here they are, look, out in the open, do you know what I mean? This in, you know, it's not a game, this is a real army, yeah, of Freemasons, do you know what I mean? The Grand Commandery Knights Templar of Michigan, yeah, and you don't look at the badges. Do you see what I mean? It's an army, wakey wakey. You know, look, it's an army, Masonic. Yeah, there's the banner. Look, you see. So they, like I said, it's all about heraldry. You know, it goes back to, you know, obviously knights, lords, earls, dukes. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. It's an army. You know, look. The guy and look, there it is, the Knights Templar cross, you know what I mean? There he is, look, and he'll shoot you, he'll stab you with that sword within minutes if he's ordered to. Do you know what I mean? Look, all to do with heraldry. You see, their wars are all about, you know, when a Freemason lodge or whatever gets out of hand, do you know what I mean, or tries to take too much power, then they have a fight. That's why they have world wars, you see. You know what I mean? But that's what it's all about, you know. You know, look, and these old men, look, all these old men, all these knights, yeah, they want young youth to come in, yeah, so they keep their lines going. But this is all, you know, again, like I said, this is all what it's about. Do you know what I mean? All these here, they're millionaires, billionaires, and they've been willing everything themselves to the lodge because they live like kings. They eat well. I'm going to show you that in a minute. They eat well, they do. Look at the heraldry in the background again, look, you see what I mean? That's what it's about. Yeah, there's another classic here, look. You see what I mean? All of this heraldry, do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Look at all the honours on the board, look. You see that in the town councils, don't you? You know, look, it goes all the way. Look how many years, right, that goes back. And you think you're just going to simply walk in and take that power from them and they're going to say nothing? Good luck with that, do you know what I mean? Look, Order of Malta, you know what I mean? Look at that. The Vatican, you see what I'm saying? They're in everything. Do you see what I mean? It's not, they, you know, there's nowhere where they ain't like got themselves. And if you look at the buildings, look, do you know what I mean? Millionaires. These are lords, earls, and dukes. Do you know what I mean? Look, and it's an army, yeah. And they install a young army, which is the, you know, the young Freemason or the Job's daughters, whatever. Do you know what I mean? These are just all Freemasons. That's all they are. They're just Freemasons. 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 Look. There he is, look. Do you know what I mean? Freemason, there's the army, look. Do you know what I mean? Knights of Malta, this is, you know. they're not joking. Do you know what I mean? These are serious people. Do you know what I mean? They will not relinquish their power. Do you know what I mean? They do not relinquish their power. And when you go to take it from them, all them little Masonic lodges where they're encamped outside your town, yeah, are going to rise up and they're going to shoot people and do whatever they need to do. Do you know what I mean? To keep that power. Here he is. Look at this. Look. Do you know what I mean? This is the power. What you're fighting. See, so when you say there's Boris and there's bloody Bindon and bloody, this is who it is. Do you see what I mean? Just the Knights Templars, De Molay. Clinton was De Molay, weren't he? You know, but you know, what's his name was Skull and Bones. You know what I mean? And then you got the. But this is what you're fighting. Do you see what I mean? And it's all commandery. See what I mean? Look, he's knighting him and all that sort of stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? You got to research, man. It's just an army. Look, the army. Yeah, just because they've got different uniforms on, yeah, you know, you can look. It's just unreal. This is, you know what I mean? But people don't realise it. You know what I mean? Look, bishops and God knows what, they're protected. You see what I mean? By Freemasonry. Freemasonry protects everyone. And like I said, it ain't just men; it's women. Okay, so like I said. Yeah, look, Cathedral Knights and Dames welcome in Order of Malta. So it's the Order of Malta, that is. But again, like I said, if you look at the, you know, all the bishops, they all got their Knights Templars and God knows whatever else anyway. Do you know what I mean? And they have the all-seeing eye above their thrones. You know, if you call them thrones, whatever you want to call them. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it is. They're just armies. Yeah, they're armies upon armies of Freemasons. You know, they look, obviously they call them Dames of Malta and bloody Knights. Yeah, but they're Freemasons. Before they become all of this, they were Freemasons, and obviously they're more family orientated. You know what I mean? So, but that's what that is. Anyway, I've gotten into that and getting into this. Look, see what I mean? Look, this is what it is, and that's just what you're up against. You're not up against Bindon and I can't remember his name with the haircut, Trump Towers. You know what I mean? You're up against Freemasonry. You know what I mean? Freemasons. Look at the decor in the background again. Remember well, I keep telling you about that. Look, that's the Freemason square and compass. Look, this trestle. You'll see it in films and TV all the time. Yeah, you keep an eye out for that trestle. Look, yeah, it just denotes Freemason. But again, look, these are just Freemason, high ranking. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's an army. Wakey, yeah. Right, let's move on again. Look at that army. Yeah, that's what you're up against, honestly. Do you know what I mean? Look, rank out of rank. Just because they ain't got, like I said, look, here's their swords. Look, you know what I mean? There you go. Look, and then you got the youngsters coming in. Look, see the young boy there. Look, but he ain't got much of a thingy on because look, obviously he's just starting. Yeah, you know what I mean? But he'll be one of their sons or something. Do you know what I mean? But you just keep an eye on these boys. They're going to get you if you don't watch yourselves. I'm telling you, they're going to line you up and they're going to shoot all you profane when the time comes. And then in 50 years time they'll go, oh, they'll call, instead of someone being Hitler, that'll be another name. Do you know what I mean? But here we are. Look here, look at these. Look, see, walk from all the notes of life. Do you know what I mean? This is what the Freemasons look like. They look like anyone else. Yeah, they're women, men. Do you know what I mean? And come from all walks of life. Yeah, and they're oh, wrong one. Let's go to the next one. There he is. Look, see the apron? Oh, missed it. Sorry. See the apron? Look, with the skull and bones on it. Look. See what I mean? But they're all Freemasons. Don't matter what. See, he'll go, oh no, I'm skull and bones. No, you're a freaking Freemason. You're a Freemason. You're a Freemason. You're a Freemason. You're a Freemason. No Knights Templars. Forget all that Knights Templars, Jesuits and all that. That's what they want you to do, because then you're arguing over who's a Jesuits, who's at them, is it them, is it? No, it's every one of them. They're Freemasons. That is it. Full stop. Yeah, forget about like saying, oh, this, that and the other, oh, it's the Jesuits, oh, it's the Black Pope or the Red Pope or whatever. No, it's all Freemason. Popes are Freemason. Bindon, Clinton, they're all Freemason. No one gets in power unless these people want them in power. Yeah, and they're the ones that stand behind. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at this temple here. Look, see, look, Order of the Eastern Star. I'm going to get into their rituals in a minute. Yeah, but there you go. Look, still the Gao 2. God of all things in the universe, which is the Gao 2. But as you can see, look, see, so, but they all denote colour. The colours denote things as well, see, so you've got to watch your colours as well. But this is what it's all about, you know what I mean? It's just an army constantly, you know what I mean? And the profane that are outside the temple, which is you, if you're not a Freemason, yeah, are the hated profane. Look at them, smarmy buggers, and they all leave all their money to each other. Do you know what I mean? Look at the wealth. You know, just their suits alone. Look at all the medals of honours they got as well. Do you know what I mean? This is what they vie for. Yeah, they vie for medals and that, and they get given houses. They get given all sorts, and I'll show you that in a minute. Again, look, I mean, more ranking, more, yeah, you know, but all the youngsters will look up to this dude and do exactly what this geezer says. Any of these, look, all of them. You know what I mean? They're all high ranking, and they'll give one little twitch of their finger. This geezer here, he's not so high up as these dudes, but he will do whatever each and every one of these say. Yeah, they're commanders, you know. Do you know what I mean? They command the army. Yeah, yeah. Our uniforms, look, Knights uniform. Who wears a uniform? Yeah, the modern Knights Templars as well. Let's just see what we've got in here, just for a crack. You know what I mean? Let's have a look. No, we ain't got nothing there. Just well, you got a few sums there, but again, this is what it's all about. You know what I mean? It's today. There's no, you know, heraldry. Yeah, lords, dukes, and earls haven't gone. They're still here. Yeah, you know what I mean? All these old dudes here, what are dead, have willed everything. Yeah, to the Masonic Lodge, and now they own it. You see, here they are. Look. Do you know what I mean? This is who own it, and it goes on and on and on. Like I said, it's willed down each time. Yeah, and they recruit their the youngsters, their sons and daughters or whatever. Yeah, but they own all the money. They own the towns, they own the cities, they own the villages, they own all the land, they own all the contracts, the leases to anything that you want to, you know, rent. Here we go again. Look, the German army. Oh, sorry, no, it's the Rainbow Girls drilling. But if you notice you know, like I said, if you see where the Germans were drilling, it's the same thing. Look. you know what I mean? It's just that they're rainbow cut girls, you know what I mean? Same, nothing's changed. Trust me, nothing's changed. They're Freemasons. Anyway, let's go on. We'll move on. We can't. Yeah, right. More Masonic. Yeah, that's it. Now this is. I just want to show you these ones again. You ready? Boom, boom, look, boom, boom, boom. This is where I left off yesterday. Okay. Look, Masonic Army, German Youth Army. See the sticks? Look. See the sticks. Masonic Army, German Army. Masonic Army, German Youth Army. See, Freemasonry is an army. Yeah, here they are, the youth. Look at the ties. Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday. Look at their ties. Yeah, okay, they get their little badges and that. Yeah, and all they're revying for is what the adults. This is the adults what have, you know, indoctrinating. Like you see the older ones here, like say they're 25, 21, 18 maybe, whatever. But these guys here in the front, you're talking like 13, 14, 15. So look at this, boom. And I told you yesterday, look, he's doing a Masonic salute already, and he's got badges already, look. But if you look at these cubs here, look at the scarves they're wearing. What scarves are they wearing? Hitler Youth scarves. See, they're just cubs, and this is what they do. The same. The adults know how to program children. They've been doing it years, you know. They know it all. It's all, you know. And like I said, all these little badges. Oh, I've got to get my badge. I want that. Oh, what are you going for? Oh, I'm striving to get my 100-meter swim. You know what I mean? And then obviously that's indoctrinating them. By the time they get to Freemasons or be Freemasons, you know what I mean? Like I said, by the time they're 18, 21, you're the hated profane. You're outside the temple, and we know all our little secrets and all the other crap what they get up to. But that's what that's all about. Look, it's all camaraderie, you know what I mean? And you know, you love your brother and all that rubbish. But yeah, they are. Freemasons are virtually everywhere, and they're everywhere in your life, and I'm going to show you that again in a minute. I'm just going to go through these. They got their eye on the profane constantly. Why? Because they need to know what you're doing so they can keep control over you. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they infiltrate groups. That's why they make up other groups to get, so because if you make 10 groups up, yeah, do you know what I mean, that weakens the one group that is the right group. Do you see what I mean? Because you've took half the membership away anyway. Do you see what I mean? So that's why these people make the groups up, you see. And most of the people that are now making these, you know, where they're going down to London and all, they're all being organised by Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? Because in that way they can cover it, they can follow it, and they can control it. You see what I mean? But that's what they're doing. They've got their eye on you, and they'll never stop having their eye on you. What you've got to do is pull that screw. You see that screw there? You've got to pull it out of their compass, because then they'll lose their way, you see, because it's a point within a circle, you see. You've got to pull that screw out of their compass. Yeah, and until you do, they're going to be everywhere, and I mean everywhere. They advertise it on cups. Yeah, we are everywhere. Advertisement on cups. This army is everywhere. Yeah, ruling. We are everywhere. They're telling you. Do you know what I mean? And you still say nothing. Look. This is from 1698. Now remember, Freemasonry, according to them, was 1717 in a pub, 4 men or 5 men, and then they spread. They've gone global, right? Since 1717, they've gone global. Do you know what I mean? Okay, and they're in every town and city. A gang of men, 5 men, have gone that like round the world. Do you know what I mean? And they own every business, house, or whatever in the whole world. What the hell's going on there? Do you know what I mean? They own all the leases, you know, they own everything, don't matter what it is. Right, to all godly people in the city of London. Now they put an S, I get this backwards sometimes, F. See, an F, right, is an S, right? So if I get my writing wrong here, to all godly people in the city of London, having thought it needful to warn you of the mischiefs and evils practiced in the sight of God by those called Freemasons. Yeah, they used to be called Freemasons, yeah, but they're Freemasons now. They shortened it, obviously. But can you hear that? This is someone in 1698 warning you about the mischiefs and evils practiced in the sight of God by those called Freemasons. I say take care lest their ceremonies and secret swearings take hold of you, and be wary that none cause you to err from godliness. For this devilish sect, which is an army, it's an army sect of men and masters. Oh look, wait there, and meters. I don't know what meters is. Sorry, a sect of men are meters. Meters. I don't know what that is. We'll have to look that up. But anyway, you can do your own research on that. For the devilish sect of men are meters in secret. Meters, are they meters? Yeah, I get it. Men are meters in secret, which swear against all without their following. Yeah, and that's what they do. If you're not following them and you're not within that temple, they're against you. Do you know what I mean? And this guy's telling you in 1698. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They swear against all without their following. So if you aren't following them and you are profane and you are outside the temple, trust me, you're the hated profane and they're against you. They are the Antichrist, which was to come leading men from fear of God. For how should men meet in secret places and with secret signs? Take care that none observe them to do their work of God. Are not these the ways of evildoers? You know what I mean? So this guy, I'll repeat, in 1698 is warning the profane how evil and corrupt Freemasonry is. Knowing how that God observeth privily them that fit in the darkest, they shall be smitten and the secrets of their hearts laid bare. Mingle not amongst this corrupt people, lest you be found so at the world's conflagration, whatever that means, I don't really know. But again, like I said, my reading, because the F is looking like an S or the S is looking like an F. Mingle not amongst this corrupt people, which is Freemasonry. See, they know they're corrupt. So look, set forth as a warning to this Christian generation by M. Winter and printed by S. Saar at Gray's Inn Gate in Holborn. Yeah, that's in 1698. Do you know what I mean? And that's a whistleblower warning you. Do you know what I mean? Thankfully, this day and age, we've now got a lot more people waking up to Freemasonry, and it's going to get stronger and stronger. Do you know what I mean? And they're trembling. Do you know what I mean? Because they know people know. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it didn't start with the gas chambers. It started with one party controlling the media. Freemasonry owns the media. One party controlling the messages. They control the messages because they're the ones putting the messages out. Believe it. Do you know what I mean? One party decide what is the truth, and if you ask them what the truth is, they are the truth. One party censoring speech and silence and opposition. Well, all platforms are owned by Freemasonry. Prove me wrong, because they are. And one party divided into citizens into us and them, and it's Freemasonry versus the profane. Us and there's them, they, yeah, and calling on their supporters to harass them. And that's what they do. They harass anyone who's profane that is against them. They will harass them, they'll make them poor, they'll know everything about them, and they'll make them, you know, a perjured individual because they're a threat to them. It started when good people turned a blind eye and let it happen. So the case is, are you going to turn a blind eye and let it happen, or are you going to pull the screw out of their compass and go to war? Join me in the force. Anyway, this guy here, look, if he's a gang stalking, yeah, drug dealing, pedo Freemason, right, and he's a narcissist, yeah, that hammer will order his platoon or his troops to do as is bidden. Yeah. Also, if you notice, he's got his big stars and that, you know what I mean, and he's earned them. Everything on his apron he's earned, more than likely for gang stalking. But if you notice again, like I said, Aiton Charles, watch his video, it was very good. You know what I mean? That's one of the best I've seen in a long time, even though there's some really good ones out there. You need to get into Sshhed and look up the Octagon Empire, yeah, and his Pharaoh show, yeah. Watch Sshhed, that's S-H-A-E, Haros is H-R-O-S-S. Watch Sshhed, the Pharaoh show, and he'll give you loads of signage. He'll show you why, I'll show you in a minute why Switzerland never got invaded but in the war, yeah, and that's another connection, yeah. But if you notice it again, see that one side's longer than the other on the squarelet, you know what I mean? Again, that's why Aiton Charles pulled it up in his video, yeah, about the square being one side bigger than the other, but actually the truth's known, it is actually one side is longer than the other, but that's another story anyway. And there's your master, the Grand Master, the superhero, the go-to of everyone. And again, look at this army, yeah, look at the cuffs, you see, different cuffs, different platoon, you know what I mean, purple, turquoise, black, green. Shh, don't mention the white collars though, the ones, you know, Jimmy Savile was in. But this is the man, look, this is who they all protect, yeah, and each and every one of them has come up through the ranks, yeah, and all of they've done is looked after and shushed up anyone that's a threat to these people. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. Here's a platoon army here, look, see, another platoon, yeah. He's obviously given it there. See the sign now, look, he's saluting just like the cub and his master was. Won't go too much into that again, but that's your army, look, all wearing suits, yeah. I can't even afford a suit. I mean, look at these, look, top hats, right? Look at all the top hats, Freemason top hats, yeah, right, in their lovely suits. And now look at the profane at the front, look, floppy hats and bowlers and that. Do you know what I mean? No money, look, flat caps. Well, they, you know, you work out how much a bowler a top hat was back in them days. A lot of money. Again, another platoon, look, another platoon ready to fight anyone in the town. Do you know what I mean? Or their village or their city. There they are. That's just one of, and I've already shown you how many come. Here come the Lord Mayor, look, boom, look at his little honours and his medals, look, you see, he's got his little stick, you see. Now watch this, this is lovely, I love this, this is good. Are you ready? Watch this. House of Parliament, talking law, yeah, there's more than likely Boris Johnson sitting here, but watch, boom, 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 Masonic Lodge, boom, Masonic Lodge, House of Parliament, Masonic Lodge, House of Parliament, Masonic Lodge. Notice the chairs up here, look, where the worshipful masters sit, okay. There's the Freemasons down left and right, and then you've got the Freemasons at the back here, okay, yeah. But look, oh, wrong one, wait a minute, see, House of Parliament, same Freemasons, look, Freemasons, Freemason, Freemasons, Freemason. That's where the speaker sit, look, and then he has these little dudes at his side. And this is where the Freemasons, this is where the Grand Master sit, and he has these little dudes at his side, see? Parliament, Freemasons, Parliament, Freemasons. Freemasons, a bit like Parliament again, isn't it? Oh dear, look at the heraldry again in the background, yeah? Okay, but again, look, it's just Parliament, look, Parliament, yeah? Parliament, Parliament. Do that again, I like that. Parliament, Parliament, Parliament. Masonic Lodge, Masonic Lodge, Masonic Lodge, okay. Again, if you look at the ceiling, can you see the ceiling, look, where there's the square and compass again, look, in the ceiling. See, that's what it's all about, see, it's remember, it's architecture, okay, it's all in the architecture, yeah. But who owns this building here? How much do you think that building cost? Who owns that? A Freemason. Do you see what I'm saying? Freemasons own that building. But there's Parliament, there's Parliament, and there's Parliament, even though they're Masonic meetings, these ones, do you know what I mean? And who owns all the buildings? Look, who owns this building? Do you see what I mean? Look, again, masterful, worshipful master, sit on his big throne, the same as the speaker in the House of Parliament, okay? And there's all the where they sit on either side. Do you see what I mean? Again, same thing. Who owns all these rich buildings? There you see the old Knights Templar cross there, more heraldry and heirloom. Here it is again, look, Parliament. You see what I mean? Parliament. There's the speaker's chair, a couple of assistants, we'll say, whatever, blah blah, because I don't know what they are and who sit beside him when he's in Parliament. But you got the speaker there. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. It's just the same. It's no different. Again, look at the ceiling, look. Yeah, that's that trestle board, yeah, like I said, all denotes the square and compass. You'll see that a lot in films, yeah, that's why I put that in there. I just want people to know that. But who owns these buildings? Look, you think that all costs nothing? Oh, I reckon he owns them all, doesn't he? Yeah, there he is. This is what they're all protecting, you know. Oh, who's that? I forgot her name now, bloody hell. Oh, that's that woman who go out with Charles anyway, yeah. What's her name? But here he is, look, Freemason, look, again, yeah, army. Look at the suit, you know what I mean? Look at the honours he's got, all them gold medals and all that, you know what I mean? Ain't for nothing, it's an army, yeah? Look, this is what an army looks like in normal life. You see, now, if they didn't have the Masonic t-shirt on, you just think they were normal working gang of guys, wouldn't you? But that's what they are, you see. They don't show, just because they don't advertise it doesn't mean they're not Freemasons. But this is how Freemason is in life. If you put one of these t-shirts on every Freemason within Britain, you'd be shocked the amount of Freemasons that are within the UK. Not just the UK, I'm on about anywhere in the world. If Freemasons were forced to wear, you know, like I said, a t-shirt that advertised that they were Freemasons, you guys would be shocked. Or, you know, and that includes their businesses, yeah? You put a G on all their businesses, yeah? Well, you just might as well just put a big G in the centre of the Britain, America and Australia, do you know what I mean? And Africa, because they own all the businesses anyway. But this is what they look like, you see? Just they don't advertise it. See, look, they look like this, and you know, suits and all that. See what I mean? Here she is again. Look, I can't remember her bloody name. I got this the other day. Again, look, Masonic Temple Auditorium. This is the Beatles. Look, the Beatles, Away With Words. And if you notice there, look, the pyramid with the eye in it, because the people who run the music industry are Freemasons. You see, so there it is. Look, the pyramid with the eye again. That's gone back to the 60s, 70s, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But that's what it's about. It's in a Masonic temple, 500 Temple Street. Do you know what I mean? How convenient. But there you go. Anyway, moving on. Look, Freemasons in Australia. Notable members include Sir Donald, and this just tells you. But again, it's another group of army here. Yeah, read up on that. Just search for it, and that'll give you all their famous, you know, Freemasons that were in Australia. Okay. Now here's the Grand Lodge at the town hall. Yeah. So look at that. Look at them. Look at that army. Look at that platoon. Look at that. I don't know what I'm trying to think of another thingy. Platoon. Is it platoon unit? You know, look at that army unit. Look at the gang. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Look, being a high rank doesn't always open doors for Mr. Hardy. What a load! It doesn't need to open any doors because all the doors are open. Do you know what I mean? You know. Yeah, but that's what that's about. You know what I mean? Look at that. Look at that army. Look, each and every one of them are Freemason. Yeah. Now look at this, look, right, here's what I promised I'd show you the foot. Look, this photo above from a huge feast on August the 8th 1925 in Olympia is part of a fundraising event for what is the present Freemasons Hall. Yeah, so that is in Freemasons Hall. Okay, more than 7,000 Freemasons, right, that's 7,000, yeah, that were called to that meeting. Yeah, and there's 5 miles of tables, right. So get this is how big this army is, right? So 7,000 Masons were called to this event and they turned up. 7,000, okay? Anyone else? I can't even call 3 people up on my finger, do you know what I mean? All my friends have been gang stalked off me, do you know what I mean? By dirty scumbags, but we'll get into more into that, you know what I mean, later. Anyway, more than 7,000 Freemasons at 5 miles of tables were served at a course meal by 1,250 waitresses. Now the waitresses would have been Job's daughters, okay, or Eastern Star. Do you know what I mean? Order of the Eastern Star. So that would have been. So that's another. Say so a 16. That's 8,250 Masons there, male and female. Okay. Right, the largest sit-down lunch ever served in England. According to John Hamill's The History of English Freemasons, the brethren gobbled down 300 pounds of salmon. Salmon, imagine the cost of that, right? So that's going back, remember this is going back in 1925. What would the price of salmon be then? Okay, this is how well they eat, and they eat well all the time, all up the country, wherever you are, they eat the best of everything, I'm telling you. 600 pairs of the best end of lamb, right? How much would that cost? And I know in 1925 people were poor and starving, you know. Anyway, 1,500 chickens and 250 gallons of ice cream. 250 gallons of ice cream. How much would that have cost? I know they didn't have fridges in them days, I'm pretty sure. So how much would that have cost just to bloody keep the ice cream on ice? Right, they raised more than 826,000 at a single event. Okay, now just put that into proper perspective, right? That's more than 36 million in today's money, 72 million US dollars, yeah, in one day. Okay, work that out. 7,000 Freemasons, 36 million. Okay, so each them 7,000 Freemasons, right, what we're called to there, minimum have put 2 million in, £2 million each. Do you see what I mean? And when you get some building like the Notre Dame in France, I think I've already mentioned this, burns down, and all these millionaires and billionaires put money into it for the restoration, yeah, because it's actually, it's not a proper church, it's actually, I think it's a Gothic church or whatever, I can't remember, but it's paganism or something, I ain't too sure, I can't, you know, don't quote me on that, I'm not going to debate it, I don't know what it is, all I know is it's a church or a cathedral or whatever, yeah, and all these Freemasons from around the world invested billions to rebuild it, didn't they? Millions of pounds, billions of pounds. But if there's something like you know, a tidal wave hit, you know, or tsunami or whatever, or there's some crisis with human life, nothing, you don't see nothing, do you? Do you see what I mean? And that was all shushed up. I ain't forgot it, do you know what I mean? But is this a human crisis, yeah, or anything, where's all them billions of pounds? Where's all? Nowhere, because the Freemasons don't want the profane, that's you, doing well or living well, because you need to keep, they need to keep you on tenterhooks, so you always want them to, you know, to please them, do you know what I mean? You know, you're stuck in a job all the time, you know what I mean? They love all that, do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about, because you're working for them, you're not working for anyone else, you're working for them. But look at that, 7,000 Masons, and I can't do the maths, 36 million in today's money, yeah, so even if they put 2 million in, that's 14 million, so you've got to double. They put 4 million in each, is that right, if I got that right? Have I got that wrong? I can't remember. How much is that? What I'm trying to figure out is how much each Mason put in, you know what I mean, each, you know what I mean? Let's put it this way, I know for 100% they put 2 million in, because that comes to 40, yeah, that is right, yeah, so even if they put 4 million in each of them Masons put 4 million pound in. So when I say to you they put £1,000 to help a brother, it's nothing, that's what it is. And they get a wage, you see, they got all the money, you know what I mean, they're paid, you know, even though they go to a 9-to-5 job, wherever that may be, they still get paid money. Do you see what I mean? But look at that money, salmon, do you know what I mean? And I did it in a video past where they were helping people on the COVID, let's go feed the people, the homeless and that, yeah. And I spoke to a couple of homeless they fed round here, you know, they go, yeah, they give me salmon, I can't even eat salmon because it's too rich a food, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and they were serving up salmon to the people round here, do you know what I mean? And again, like I said, just do a little search, Great Yarmouth Freemasons serving salmon. Fucking salmon, do you know what I mean? But that's how rich they are, do you know what I mean? But they won't give you nothing, bugger all, do you know what I mean? I mean, like they let off fireworks here every bloody 2 weeks or every week, yeah, during the summer, fireworks. But I don't know how much that costs, you know what I mean? Say it's £10,000 they let off, yeah, but you still got people walking around here homeless and whatever else, do you know what I mean? They don't home them, do you know what I mean? Could have built houses, the amount of fireworks they let off in the last 10 years, they could have built houses for all the homeless people around here, do you know what I mean? But they don't, because they want you poor, they want you in a system where you keep having to strive and struggle, do you see what I mean? That's what they want. But anyway, that's another story, we'll get into that a bit later, that one. But there you go, square meal, 300 years of Masonic dining runs at the Library Museum of Freemasonry, so you can go see that, you know, and search it up yourself, do you know what I mean? Again, look, 8th of August this time, 1950, Freemasons from all over the globe, so they never call it the world, it's always the globe, yeah, assembled at Longby, London. Oh, we're now on the hour now, so I'm going to finish off in a minute. The banquet, see, again, do you know what I mean? The veil of secrecy is lifted. They always say that from the Freemasons, a new documentary series. Nothing's been lifted at all, because they're an army, they run it, and the only secret is that they are going to control everything if you don't watch yourselves, you know what I mean, and pull that screw out. I mean, how do they control every council? Show me a council within the UK they don't run or control. Show me a political party where on both sides they're in Freemasons manipulating whoever's leading that party, which should be a Freemason anyway. Do you see what I mean? You know, Tories, Conservatives, you know what I mean, SLP, LD, whatever, they run it all. Do you see what I mean? They got all their brothers within the ranks of that. Do you know what I mean? They're within the ranks of the police. They're in the ranks of the army. You know, show me something that they don't run. You know what I mean? Something. There's got to be something, isn't there? And here they are again. Look, that's a big blow up of the Australian town hall. Look at the Freemasons here, and look at the suits. Look at the money. Yeah, and remember, this goes back to the old, you know, where there was no money, people were living poor. But look at all these buggers. Look, live like kings. Do you know what I mean? And they would have banqueted and God knows whatever else and live well. That's what they do. They fine dine and fine wine all the time. And yeah, look, 10,000 Freemasons in Sydney, look, as well, in Melbourne, making up about 40,000 to 45,000 gang members in total across Australia. So you got a 45,000 army, and this was gone back in World War One. Look, Australian Freemasons. See what I mean? All world wars, regardless of Masonic wars. Okay, that's all it is. Do you know what I mean? Because it don't matter where you are, that's Masonic. Yeah. So when you see a war break out, it's nothing to do with, you know, oh, this person or that, but it's to do with Freemasons taking the liberty. I don't like it, let's take a war. And then they get the heraldies, but it's all underground. That's the secret. Do you know what I mean? The secret is that Freemason wars are Masonic wars. Do you know what I mean? World War One, World War Two, any war, don't matter what it is. You know what I mean? Napoleon, all of that, Masonic wars. North and South in America, Masonic wars. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. And here they are. Look, they can be anywhere. Freemasons in ground, in caves. They have, you know. So if you've got an estate, right, for instance, you know, a big estate, how many profane people are going to go out there? None. So when they have all these meetings, you know, these big top, what they're going to do with within their counties, this is where they have them. You know, when they do their satanic ritual abuse. Do you know what I mean? And if you've watched the video, what I recommended before I posted these videos, yeah, which was if you go into my Illuminati section in my forum, there's Svengali, I think I'm saying that right, Svengali was a whistleblower on the Illuminati, yeah, and she'll explain in there, yeah, how they do the security, do you know what I mean, and how it runs, do you know what I mean? And then if you combine that with this video and combine it with Elton Charles video, Charles video, that'll give you a pretty good idea of how this world is being run by these Freemasons here. Do you know what I mean? Not these in particular, but they're in caves, they go everywhere, and I'll show you where they got their lodges. You just won't believe it. Anyway, here they are. Look at that. Where you seeing world leaders hold like that, hold their arms. Again, look at the, now I'm getting into the aprons in a minute. See the aprons, look, see, these are new old dudes, right? Yeah, look, and they got nothing on their aprons, right? And then they'll, as they get obviously more into like gang stalking, or, you know, doing little things for the Freemasons, they get more medals and more honours bestowed on them, more money, more gold. Do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. But yeah, so that we now got to get into that. But I can't remember why I put this up there, but it's something to do with the, you know, something to do with the way they were grip and the Freemasons. Oh yeah, like here again, look, if you notice, he's got a different colour bearing on that. See, it's another ranking. See, that'll go darker as you go higher up the rank, and obviously you can see like the square in there, and the, you know, they have all their little ranks and what have you. But that's again, the apron is the thing. A master, look, this is from Morals and Dogma. This is I think I'll stop it there. I think Morals and Dogma. I bet you everyone's going, no, don't stop now. Yeah, there's only a few bit, and I'm just getting into the aprons, yeah. And then when I do the aprons, we'll come back out of that, all Masonic, and then we'll go into the Grandmaster, and we'll get this little book here. This is what they don't want you to see, the District Deputy Grandmaster's Handbook. Ooh, not for the profane eyes, I promise you. You know what I mean? Army officers, look, boom boom. But it ain't about that. This is, you know, the important thing here on this, can be requested, no, is where they're after your children. Do you know what I mean? But we'll get into that anyway. You'll see in a minute. Right, anyway, I'll end this here now. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.